Alright, so story time. I'm gonna go ahead and move that. That looks better now. It looks like I'm actually looking at the camera when I'm not, because I don't give a shit about you people. I'm kidding, I love you. Anyway, Max's opened up a new, if you've ever heard of them, I couldn't explain them, they're kind of like Sevi. But anyway, as a promotional thing, they opened up in my hometown, and as a promotional thing, they did free coffee for 2 weeks. This was 2 minutes away. Hi, nose. They did 2 free weeks of free coffee at our school, so, or rather at the Max's near our school. So I went in, and I'm kind of stoked on life about this one because it's free coffee, and I kind of love coffee, so I'm fucking stoked. So I'm feeling like an excited 12-year-old. I open up the front door, or I open up the main glass doors. I open it up and I look inside, and there's just like a whole wall just lined with different flavors of coffee. And half of these, like, slightly dark roast, orange roast, pink roast, freaking special edition coffee. All these I don't really give a shit about because I see hazelnut coffee, and I love hazelnut coffee. I have no idea why, but I love hazelnut coffee. So I walk up, I pour myself a cup, bring it up the front. It was amazing. I enjoyed the coffee very much so. And, said adventure done. Now, our story does not stop here. I love coffee, but this is chocolate milk. Psych. Anyway. Alright, so I go and I go enjoy my cup of coffee. And I come back a few days later, and okay, screen dimmed. I go and I get myself another cup of coffee. So it's lunchtime, 12 o'clock. Actually, I can't remember. It's the middle of summer. Anyway, so I'm going to Max to go get said hazelnut coffee, which is kind of my new addiction, because when you're in class, and sometimes when you miss your morning cup of coffee, and it's really hard to pay attention, you just really fucking want coffee. So I went and I got myself, so I go there, I go get myself, it's 12 o'clock, and I walk in and there's a guy there that wasn't there before, and he obviously works there because, you know, he's wearing his little Max he wouldn't, this would be a cool shirt to be wearing if you worked at Max's, but that didn't happen. And he was wearing his little uniform, so it was like, he works there, he knows what he's talking about. So, he's like, no coffees at lunch. So this if you've ever been crushed, like your parents tell you that you get a new, like, freaking, maybe a new iPod for Christmas, and they get you a Zune type of thing, like, you're kind of just crushed. So, no lunch, so I was like, okay, so, no coffee at lunch, so I was like, okay, you know what, whatever, it's fine. So I go back, and I go through my brooding of my first world problems of no coffee at lunch, and, I come back about a week later, and I go to, it's not lunch, I made sure it wasn't lunch, and I go up to my little, I'm looking around, and I go to my little hazelnut thing, and I think this fucker is like, I go and I pour myself a hazelnut, and this fucker, he's like, no. I'm like, what? He's like, no hazelnut coffee. I'm like, what? And he's like, no, the hazelnut coffee isn't free. And, by the way, it's free. It's free. I know it's free. The promotional offer said it's free. All coffees. So, yeah, I was pissed off because my coffee is, it's no touching that coffee, and I still have to wait till past lunch to go eat fucking, like, decently dark roast. When I don't want dark roast, I want hazelnut. Right, so I'm bitching about, I'm being a nice person about this. But, I'm like, alright, whatever. He's got his fucking Max Clothes swag. I don't know what Max Clothes swag means. I think I meant to say uniform, but sometimes I'm not sure what goes on here actually connects with mouth. I look like a retard. Anyway. Alright, so I go back to my, back to school. I'm talking to my friend Kurt. He's just, like, holding a cup of coffee. I'm like, what is this? What is this? He's like, this is coffee. So I go and I I inhale through nose, smell of coffee. I'm like, that's hazelnut. He's like, I love hazelnut. I'm like, how did you achieve hazelnut coffee? And he achieved hazelnut coffee by going to Max's at lunch and getting himself coffee. At lunch and getting himself a hazelnut coffee. So by this point, I know that this fucker here at the store, excuse my terrible swearing, but he's lying to me. He's withholding this coffee. Anyway, so with newfound knowledge, I walk into the store, and he's looking at me because he knows I know that he knows that I know what he knows is bullshit. So, I go and I get myself a cup, and I go and I walk up to the hazelnut machine at lunchtime, and I go and I pour, and I go and I sip. And he's staring at me, and he's like, no hazelnut coffee. I'm like, watch me, you fucker. Except I wasn't actually like that. I was like, still pouring. He's looking, and I go up to the front, I put on the counter, and she's like, that'll be free because of the promotion. And it was free. And he lied to me. Moral of the story, there is none, but he withheld hazelnut coffee from me, and I really didn't think that staff actually lied to people, but turns out they do. Anyway, yeah, that's my random story today. If I haven't already updated you, I'm cleaning my room, and I kind of lost the cat with a really big head. So I'm gonna find that again, and I'm gonna go do a reading of that in a few parts, like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. Anyway, okay, bye, love you.